Hi, my name is James O'Daniel, and this is my presentation on cultural competence. I'll be discussing what cultural competence is, and then some strategies for implementing culturally responsive teaching, and then linguistic diversity for English as a second language and English language learners. Cultural competence is an understanding of one's own natural identity, biases, prejudices, and experience of both privilege and marginalization, a continuous pursuit of skills, knowledge, and personal growth needed to establish a meaningful connection with people from various cultural backgrounds. In education, it is enhancing the teaching and learning process to help ensure equitable opportunities and support for each and every student. As you can see on this slide, the 5 elements of cultural competence would be acknowledge cultural differences, understand your own culture, engage in self-assessment, acquire cultural knowledge and skills, and then view behavior within a cultural context. As mentioned earlier, that cultural competence is an ongoing process, and this image on the slide represents that, how it's never-ending, how it's a never-ending process. Next, we'll discuss some strategies, culturally responsive teaching, and then linguistic diversity and ESOL, ELL. Culturally responsive teaching is the practice of acknowledging and embracing students' cultures, languages, and experiences and relating them into the classroom. In order to do that, there's some conditions that need to be established, and that's establish inclusion. And this is highlighting how the topic you're teaching may relate or apply to your students. Develop positive attitudes. This further focuses on relating content to students. A popular method is allowing them to choose between activities and assessments that let them showcase their strengths and experiences. Enhance meaning. You can bolster lesson content by drawing connections with real-world issues. And then again, the foster confidence, make assessment or make the assessment process less intimidating by offering different ways that students can demonstrate skills and understanding. Some teaching strategies to consider is learn more about your students, present new concepts by using student vocabulary, bring in guest speakers that students can relate to, deliver content in different forms. Everyone learns differently, so this would be beneficial. And then use media that positively depicts a range of cultures. And then the image on the bottom right, the culturally responsive teaching, it shows how bringing in native language and community culture into the classroom, along with family involvement and the understanding of the history and culture, how all that ties in to culturally responsive teaching. Next is linguistic diversity and ESOL and ELL. Linguistic diversity is recognizing teachers may be instructing students that are a mix of fluent English speakers, learning English as a second language, English language learners, or even bilingual. Educators must consider and be aware of this fact when creating lessons and establishing their classroom learning environment. The pie chart to the bottom right is from the Iris Center, and it depicts the most common non-English spoken languages in homes. And as you can see, Spanish is the largest. And then this slide shows a bar graph from Statistica showing that from 2000 to 2019, it shows the increase of English language learners in public schools. So you can see, again, this just illustrates the importance of understanding linguistic diversity. Some teaching strategies to incorporate is, again, know your students, increase your understanding of first and second language acquisition. And this involves SWIRL, which is speak, write, read, and listen, all skills that students should learn every day or incorporate every day. Utilize visual aids whenever possible. Collaborate with other teachers. Coordinate with the English as a second language teacher. And then respect moments of silence. Students may be intimidated or afraid to give out a wrong answer, so they'll start participating more when they're comfortable. Now, parental strategies to incorporate begin with the premise that parents care. Parents want their child to succeed just as much as you do. Set high expectations for engagement. Plan together. Find local resources to support engagement and promote the value of diversity. Ensure ongoing communication. Be culturally responsive and aware. And then be sure to be authentic and genuine. And that concludes my presentation. I hope that you found this informative and beneficial. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you.